IVM.
$100. That's all it takes to begin your journey with Bitcoin and Ethereum. No, really. With CoinSwitch, you can start investing in over 100 cryptocurrencies with just 100 rupees. On top of that, there are zero charges for deposits and withdrawals, so you can trade, buy, sell, however and whenever you want. All of this, plus their extremely intuitive interface, makes CoinSwitch the perfect app for beginners in the crypto space. But don't take my word for it. Just download CoinSwitch for free and try it out for yourself. If you'd like more information on cryptocurrencies, tune into a show about crypto with me, Rohan Joshi, my new adventure on IVM Podcasts. CoinSwitch, kuch to badlega.
Hello, welcome to another awesome episode of IVM Likes. I'm your host, Antariksh. Joining me on this episode are my fellow producers, Sumit and Spoorthi. How are you guys doing? Sumit, what's been up, man?
Hey bro, all good. Good to be back on IVM Likes after so many days.
Yeah,
So many
correct.
days.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
Spoorthi,
it's a fun.
Yeah.
and for Spoorthi, this is like is this your last week at IVM? Are you leaving
no.
us?
Don't be happy. I still have one more week.
Damn it!
Yay!
Ah man. Okay, I gotta
okay.
ask Amit
You
to
have
let
one
her go
more
early
episode
now.
का content.
जी यार, but उसमें let's play game.
Yeah, let's
I
play.
thought you
Let's
will
play
have a
Holy.
farewell episode or something. I mean, you guys have not planned any farewell thing for me?
We have
Yeah,
a Hindi
we have,
special
of course.
with
Yes,
Hindi special with Spoorthi.
Yeah,
Not IVM
no,
Likes,
we have
farewell,
this
farewell.
very elaborate thing where we're gonna say bye to you.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
I
And
feel
this
you.
bye.
I'm watching
See
too
you.
many Japanese anime, so sayonara.
Sayonara.
Oh, ಆಯ್ತು ಸರಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಬೇಡ ಆಯ್ತಾ ನಾನಿದ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ
नहीं समझ
Yes.
में नहीं आया.
What
लेकिन सुन के अच्छा लगा.
what Spoorthi said? Yes.
Why?
Cool.
Alright, guys. So on this episode, we're gonna be talking about movie theaters, and movie theaters are slowly opening back up in India, and it's been a rough ride, man. This pandemic for movie theaters, for a lot of industries, but movie theaters as well. So we'll talk about that and our love for theaters in general coming back up after this break. So stay tuned.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Know Your Kanun, Keshav Chaturvedi talks to Amber about climate change laws and their implications. We have a new show, The Last Brand Standing. Anupam Gupta and Ambi Parmeshwaran get together and discuss some of the biggest and most public feuds in Indian brand history. Do check that out. On Candid Kannan, actor Priyank Sharma spills the beans about his career controversies and reality shows. On The Habit Coach, Ashton teaches the way to maintain the habit of persistence. On Tere Mere Raste, Keshav takes us to the famous city of Kochi to discover its heritage. And on News Kids on the Blocks, catch the week's updates from Afghanistan's horrifying crisis to Messi's exit from Barcelona. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any other show for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, Ciet, Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, CoinSwitch, Kuber, and Intuit India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
And we're back. So this pandemic has been damn weird, man, for sure, right? For all of us, I'm sure for a lot of businesses, people with businesses, for a lot of industries, like the restaurant industry has taken such a hit and is still struggling to come back. Work hours, like operation hours for the restaurant industry are all over the place. Theaters are still not fully open back up. I have not still opened back up fully, but some malls in Mumbai are open and till like 10 p.m. at night or something with like some social distancing restrictions still being
Antariksh, I
applied.
have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the most bizarre thing you've ever heard in the pandemic? What's the most
bizarre thing I've heard in the pandemic?
Yeah. A weirdest thing or a bizarre
I mean,
thing.
I thought the thali banging thing was pretty bizarre.
The thali banging, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Even the
definitely.
candle thing.
Dude, and yeah, so that was like, so when the thali banging thing, the candle thing, yeah, exactly. But the thali banging thing happened first, right? That was like within the first
Yeah.
month or something, right?
Yeah.
To support our healthcare workers and more part of them for sure. But I remember when this whole thing was happening, like the thali banging thing, and I looked outside my window and across from where I stay, the building that I stay in, the building opposite is like a very short 3-floor building, or maybe even 2 floors. Maybe it's only even 2 floors. Okay, and that is a government BMC building. Okay, so I think during that time it was being used as like a base for some police personnel or like a COVID center or something, because all you could see was in the compound of that building, like some like 20 police officers and like just standing there in the compound of the building and then just banging thalis like all the
Oh.
way, dude. Like full
What a
on.
scene.
What
Dude,
a
I
scene.
feel bad. I feel bad for the birds. They must
Huh.
be sleeping at that time or just chilling it, watching TV or something like that. And
Watching
now,
TV?
yeah, like just imagine.
Somebody else's TV.
Yeah, just watching peacefully sitting, and now all humans are started banging thalis. What the
Yeah.
hell is happening, dude?
Great imagination. Sumit
Yeah,
has got.
yeah, the animals and all, yeah, going crazy, dude. Can you imagine? Man, being an animal would have been difficult during the pandemic, but also
Right.
would have been really fun. I know this is such a side note, but I remember there was a story out in from Thailand, if I'm not wrong. No, sorry, from Indonesia, if I'm not wrong, where like hundreds of monkeys just started storming the
Ah.
streets
Yeah,
because
yeah.
tourists were no longer giving them food because the tourism industry suddenly died.
Yeah.
A
And so
city
there were no
from
tools to feed
Thailand.
them.
Mhm.
So hundreds and hundreds of monkeys just started storming the streets, started like breaking into shops, started like just snatching things out of people's hands because they were just that hungry and so starved and all. So
Proper.
The
Just
the
crazy.
Attack of Great Ape, that movie,
Oh.
that movie just
the Planet of the Apes,
Planet of the Apes, correct.
the Attack of Great Ape.
That could be a part 2,
Yeah, that could be.
or it has part 2. I don't know.
Very possibly does. It has like actually like 4-5 parts right now at this point.
Yeah.
But
correct.
anyway, getting back to this, as I was saying, the pandemic has been very weird for a lot of us. Severely hit, clearly, has been the theater industry, which has had to completely shut down for a very long period. And in the middle, they were allowed to open for like I think a month or two with minimal capacity, like 50% capacity or something, and then again had to shut down in April after that. So that this whole topsy-turvy thing is very bizarre. Also, in the middle, there was this. So all these movies that were supposed to be releasing in theaters were then releasing on OTT platforms because that's the only thing the movies could do. And then cinema theaters started getting like angry and like pissed off at movie producers because like, how can you do this? But I didn't blame them. So I would like to hear your thoughts on all of this. First question I want to ask you guys is, what was the last movie you saw in theaters and how long back was it?
I think the animated movie, I think some spy, like it was released like 2 years ago or 1 year ago. I don't remember the name, but some spy was there. So
Okay. Some
a
spy
Negro
movie
yeah, some spy.
is what.
So
it's-
I was in Worli that time with my friend, and he got a pass on like High Street Phoenix, the mall. So we went there. And it was like lockdown time, so it was very lavish as well because everything was empty and all I can sit wherever I want, recliner or
Yeah.
no recliner, doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So
But you went alone?
No, I went with my friend.
Oh, okay.
Me and my friend went, and
Yeah.
we just chilled over there. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay, but how was the movie though?
movie was good. Movie was fine. The
Yeah.
the recliner was much more awesome.
Yeah, of
I
course.
though enjoyed
Dude, that
it.
is the best. When you pay like $100 or whatever, 150, I think it was flat rate of 150. I imagine that's what you paid around that time. Everything was this thing, right? So when you pay 150 and then you get the last recliner chairs, which have like those mechanic the
Oh.
buttons for the seat. Is that the one you got?
Correct.
Is that the one you got? The one with the buttons?
Yeah.
So dude,
That-
those are the best, man. Where you can just go, so hit on the button and
it feels so
And then you go start
luxurious.
reclining.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
just
exactly.
lie down.
Exactly. That is great.
And even the movie was awesome. So no complaints.
All right, cool. What about you, Spoorthi? What was the last movie you
So
saw?
last, I think it was Ruhi and Godzilla versus Kong.
Hey, same. I also saw Ruhi
Yeah?
last in the
Yeah?
in the pandemic. Wait,
Yeah,
Godzilla vs
same here.
Kong you saw in theater?
The theater.
Oh,
And
cool.
can I tell you something very stupid? I mean, I have never watched any of the Godzilla movies, and that was the first movie. I think I will be called out for saying this. I did not like the movie.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. A lot of Godzilla movies haven't been great.
Yeah,
I don't blame
mean,
you at all.
I mean, it was so stupid animation.
Acha, which team were you in? Godzilla or Kong?
I was not in both the team. I couldn't understand what was happening. They were just
Ajay,
fighting.
You were the human who was running
Yeah,
here
I
and
think
there because of
halfway through the
destruction.
movie, I slept.
I was on Team
halfway-
Earth.
Honestly, halfway through the movie, I slept off. Like, oh shit, what is happening? I slept off. Ruby, I really
See,
enjoyed.
that's such a great theater experience. Sleeping in the AC, the theater. That is
Around
apne hi
say,
feel se.
yeah.
Apne hi feel se.
Nice.
Let's admit it. When the movies were bore, you had to sleep.
I mean, we
Very
have all
actually.
slept, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I slept through. Not even kidding. Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh,
Oh, really?
I mean, it is a fantastic movie, but the first time we saw it, okay, this is again a very funny story, okay? The first time we went to see the Avengers Infinity War was at 6 a.m. in the morning,
Mhm.
okay?
wow.
People were like going crazy for tickets. You could, when the movie had just come out, it was running 24 hours of the day. Theaters were staying open because there were so many shows, like back to back, every half an hour there was a show. And yeah, so everyone wanted to watch this fucking movie, right? So we got, the only tickets we got were for a 6 a.m. show. So now, dude, obviously I'm going to go to the theater and sleep. Okay. But this is
Very
true.
good.
This is true. Okay. This is something that happened when we reach the theater. We reach the theater, we enter the theater screen. Okay. And as soon as we enter, we see that everyone in the theater is standing for some reason. Okay. And then we realize,
It's
oh,
a national anthem.
yeah, the national anthem is playing, but only the video is playing. No audio.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
oh,
They
you
have
have to
forgotten. They have forgotten to put on the audio to the national anthem because it's at 6 a.m. in the morning, dude. Nobody's functioning at like 100% yet.
Yeah.
Everyone's half asleep. Everyone's half groggy. So now we, as a theater, okay, all of us are just standing there in pin drop silence, just staring at this jhanda, dude. And in my head, I'm thinking, dude, why are we standing at all? Because national anthem to audio mein, right? Like video mein kya hai? We can sit.
Dude, even I remember a funny story from from national anthem. I went to some movie. I went and I was sitting like the downside, okay.
Huh.
And there was some couple was there and with a kid, married couple with a new kid. National anthem चल रहा था और वो बच्चा ना सीढ़ी से गिर रहा है, ठीक है.
What? Oh, they can't do anything.
No, उसकी मम्मी ने नहीं किया कुछ.
Oh God.
Pat-
मैं बोला भाई
100%.
patriotism
Yeah.
is
Oh
At
good
best.
Lord. No, that's
At
not
its
patriotism. That is fear. You're like, dude, मैं हिल दूंगा. कोई मार देगा मेरे
कोई
को.
मार देगा भाई. ओ बच्चा मेरे सामने गिर रहा है, वो ऐसा.
Yeah. That's up to the kid. That's kids own to it. I can't
That's
help
kid
it.
fault.
Yeah.
Kids fault.
वो बेचारा चलना सीख रहा है लेकिन बहुत गलत
Grow
जगह
up.
सीख रहा है.
Yeah. Dumb
You know,
kid.
Nishasi, I feel you should never get kids to
Yeah, the parents
theaters.
were probably
Yeah.
thinking, looking at the kid, huh, unpatriotic. Deshdrohi sala, anti-national.
स्टैंड अप बनेगा बड़ा होकर.
Yeah, stand up. Yeah.
That's in CPL. Yeah, I think you should never get kids to theater. Whatever the embarrassed moment I've faced
Theaters,
is all
planes.
with kids.
Theaters and
Yeah.
planes, kids.
Theater, planes, train, bus,
Everywhere.
wherever,
All around.
Kids
everywhere.
not
Yeah.
allowed.
I guess kids are not allowed anyway. Just stay at home,
Yeah.
grow up, and then once you stop crying for every small thing, then you
I
go.
mean,
anyway.
they'll just embarrass. You know, I remember watching Avengers Endgame, and there was this couple with the kid right next to me, and the kid was asking like 100,000 questions like throughout the movie.
Ye kaun hai? Who's that? Who's that?
At the end, and
the
then I think
entire
the-
movie.
At the end, I think the mom was like hardcore Avengers fan. She was crying. So the kid literally screamed, "My mama is crying. My mama is crying." She was so embarrassed.
Oh, hilarious. dude.
So embarrassed it was.
My mama is crying. My
Yeah.
mother actually cries in theaters, okay? Like for the smallest thing, she will cry in movies in general.
Mhm.
I remember years ago, my mother cried watching No Entry, the movie No Entry.
What?
Salman Khan, Anil
Iskati
Kapoor,
gully with
Fardeen
no
Khan.
entry?
Yeah, Lara Datta. My mother watched No Entry, and there's like this one part at the end where Salman Khan is like saying sorry to Isha Deol or some shit like that. Okay, and my mother cried during that part, dude. I remember very clearly in the theaters later. I was like, what? This is a comedy movie. We were just laughing our asses off like a minute ago. How you crying, dude? But
Hey, I think your mom and me could be a good friends. I cry a lot watching movies, not in theaters. I watch like when I watch movies for the stupidest movie also I cry. In real
So
life I
that-
don't cry. Only
that-
by watching movies I cry.
that happens, like I think
Yeah.
so I don't cry otherwise, okay, like I will almost never cry otherwise.
Same.
But when it comes to like movies or like some ad, okay, like I'll just watch an ad which is like one of those pull at your heartstrings wala ad, like with a social message, like someone suffering and then someone else doing something good for them and like some happy conclusion or something, right? So those things like that will get me. Like I remember last time I just saw, I didn't even watch the entire movie. I haven't seen the entire movie. I started watching Kapoor and Sons. Okay, the movie Kapoor and Sons.
Oh,
About halfway through. Okay, like maybe like about halfway through. Like I don't even know at what point the movie had reached because I've never seen the movie before. So about halfway through, so I watched the movie. And dude, within like 5 minutes, I was like just dripping tears. And I'm like, why is this, dude? I don't even know why I'm crying. What is with this music, with this whole thing they've done?
Same. Like most of the times when I watch movie, I watch alone because I want to sit properly, cry. If somebody is there, I will not cry. So I'll watch it alone and cry full and over.
Imagine if you're crying and somebody walks in. Does your tear go back?
I'll just rub off. Yeah.
All right. So the last movie I saw again, as Spoorthi, was Ruhi in theaters. And
did you like it?
I like Stree way more. Like I really loved Stree. I really loved Stree.
I did not expect the twist
of Ruhi or the twist of Stree.
With the Ruhi twist, as in he will fall in love with the Janhvi Kapoor. That moment, like, what crazy dude!
Like he will fall in love with Janhvi Kapoor, and his friend will fall in love with the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, with what is the ghost name? Was the ghost name also Ruhi?
Ruhi, right?
Ruhi was the ghost, or
Ruhi is a ghost.
And who was the non-ghost? Like what was the character?
Okay,
screw it, whatever. It wasn't that good a movie. It was okay.
Yes,
like,
Stree was much better.
Stree was much better. Yeah. There's another movie coming out, by the way, with starring Saif Ali Khan and Arjun Kapoor. It's called Bhoot something.
Okay.
Like Bhoot Uncle or something like that. Bhoot Uncle. Aise kuch to hai. So yeah, that should be fun. Anyway, I was saying. So you remember the time where the pandemic just hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all theaters shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly, studios and production houses started releasing their movies on OTT platforms. And then theaters got pissed. What did you guys think then? Like, were the theaters right in getting pissed? Was there a legit reason?
Of course. I mean, that's their livelihood. So any which ways, people will get pissed. And
dude, but in hindsight, अभी 2 साल तक हो गया यार थिएटर बंद है तो क्या 2 साल की पिक्चर नहीं आएंगी? Production houses can't release movies for 2 years.
Bro, but I'll tell you my hometown scene. Okay, there are more than mall. There are still theaters in.
Sorry, we should tell people you are in Nagpur.
I'm in Nagpur right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Nagpur mostly there are malls, but more than mall there are theaters. Okay, so the theater they used to do is they used to play old movies. Okay, and a 1 show or a 2 show at a time during the pandemic. So and with the capacity of course under 50 and stuff like that. So that's how they kind of they were managing their livelihood. But at the same time, it is kind of unfair to to them as well. So yeah.
I mean,
I think it's a very perspective and subjective based question and answer, because if you look at from their perspective, whatever they did was right. The movie can't be hold for very long time because nobody had clue when the theaters will be open.
Yeah.
They started off with a 50% vacancy and they again shut it down. So I think even the production house has to pay a lot of people when there's a lot of employees and workers and everybody, and even the theaters also.
Right.
I think if you look at from their end, like whatever both of the
that I agree with. It's like from what perspective you're looking at it from. But if looking at it from a consumer perspective, because we are just consumers, we don't really have to care about theaters or what production houses think and all, because whatever. So as consumer, I think it was good that we're getting this at home, all these releases at home, because now we have something called a hybrid release, which is movie release the same day in theaters and online, which I feel is a great boon. Also, because firstly, I don't think every movie needs to be watched in theaters. I do not believe that at all.
Yeah.
Like every movie is not an Avengers. Every movie is not a Spider-Man No Way Home or something, which is, by the way, coming up. Super excited for that. So that's we get to that in a bit. So yeah, every movie doesn't need to be watched in theaters like exclusively or something. So this hybrid release thing, I'm very happy about. But I think what will happen is once theaters properly open back up, they will go back to theater release first and then OTT platform release a little later. Why?
Yes, of course.
Because theaters can just earn way more when it comes. Theaters like movies can earn way more when they come out in theaters first. Because of ticket sales,
Definitely.
because of all the other paraphernalia that the theaters sell like stupid popcorn and
So people pay for that particular amount because of the experience. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mostly for the experience, less of the movie. Movie is also kind of a big thing for them, but mostly people what teenagers or what oldies do, it's just go there,
like go to
sit,
the, it's like an
chill.
outing, right? It's like an
Yeah,
outing,
like
right?
Yeah.
like an outing or a chill hangout spot to go with, and just utilize the 3 hours of that time.
So
See, I think if you
Yeah.
ask me personally, I would love to watch movie in a theater because it is a whole different experience, the cinematic experience. Especially some movies, if you ask me to watch a Sanjay Leela Bansali movie, I would definitely wanted to watch on
yeah,
theater
that's fair. I get
than
it. Yeah, that's
OTT,
fair.
right?
Yeah. I saw Ram Leela in theaters, by the way. Like gorgeous it was in theaters. Yeah,
Yeah.
had a great
The,
time.
the luxury, the royalty, it is made for theater. The sound effect, the impact, the cinematography, everything.
Yeah.
So if you give me a choice of watching a movie in theater and OTT, even though OTT is comfortable, I will always choose theater over OTT.
Theater.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, it depends again from movie to movie. Like I would
Mm.
like for instance the new Ryan Reynolds movie Free Guy looks so good, and it's like a
Mhm.
video game thing. I'm sure it'll be great in theaters. So for that I would love to go to the theaters. Like what happens with like all these like comic book movies, right? Because they are such an experience and such like they have such a cult following, like a super diehard following, that you go to the theaters. I remember watching all these Infinity War and Endgame and all, right, in theaters. And people were hooting at the screen, dude. It was so amazing. Anything cool that
Yeah.
happens, like I remember that moment where Captain America gets the hammer, gets Mjolnir, right, in Endgame, and people went berserk, man, in
Yeah.
the theater. What a moment that was! I remember this shit. It's like that feeling was amazing. So again, like that's what I feel like, especially now that there are these spectacle movies. These are these spectacular themes, spectacular graphics, and all that. Now that there are these spectacle movies, I think more and more, at least I feel that some movies just don't need to be watched. Like I don't need to watch most Hindi movies in theaters if you think about it. I can just watch them at home, and I will still like them pretty much the same as I would or not like them in theaters. Were you guys ever big on dates in theaters, in cinema halls?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
first date?
Sure, like first date, second date.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Like what?
It's up to you.
No, it has to be first only. Hey, first date. First date किया कि नहीं?
First date के बाद आना.
Yeah. Dude, I once, this is hilarious, okay? Me and my school girlfriend, okay? This is in 12th standard.
Mhm.
Me and my school girlfriend went to watch Delhi Belly in a theater.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Great, hilarious movie. I loved it. But about literally the starting credits is going on, okay? While that song Duniya mein pyar jab barse, love that song. That song is going on, the starting credits song, okay? And my girlfriend gets a call from home saying that for whatever reason she has to leave. So she leaves, and now I have to watch the entire movie by myself, dude.
Alone.
That was like the most
Dude, but it's
awkward,
fine
fun
now.
thing. Yeah,
I
because it was
don't
such a
know.
fun movie, dude. I had such a blast watching that movie. I didn't mind watching it alone because I was like, dude, I've already paid for it. I paid for 2 tickets, firstly. I'm not going to waste that shit, right? So I watched it and this is a really good time. But it was really funny that literally 5 minutes into the movie, like it felt like I got stood up and nobody was there. It was very funny. So yeah, were you guys big on theaters?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys ever made out in a theater?
definitely,
It's a
bro.
Great
Indians.
place.
Yeah,
Indians.
Yeah,
It's a great place to make
Yeah.
out.
great place to make
Great.
out, man. It's just what
Dude,
it
The
is.
a
ambience
makeup-
is so good.
See,
Yeah, especially
Makeout
if
is
you're
fine.
the more behind you are, the better, obviously.
And
Yeah.
the last seat.
the more corner.
Last seat, the more corner, yeah.
Corner seat.
Yeah,
Corner seat
correct,
movie
correct.
known for
Also,
it.
Dude.
makeout is better. But
Yeah.
उससे ज्यादा अगर कुछ आसपास में हो रहा है ना, तो then you feel very
It's sort of awkward. Yeah,
Damn awkward.
yeah.
You need to have a straight face. Look at the
Yeah.
screen. Don't look right and left. Yeah. That has happened so
Exactly.
many
worst-
times.
It happens
Dude,
so
the
many
worst
times.
feeling. The worst feeling if you get a chair near to a family.
Oh.
Dude,
To
then
a
you can't.
family.
Then you can't do
Then
anything
you
Yeah,
to
I
it.
don't.
Then you
Then
have
you
to,
can't.
like,
That's the worst. But then that's
have
why you
to change
remember
the thing.
when especially during
When
the
you
days.
book a ticket, yeah.
Yeah, especially
You
during the days when you used to go to
see-
the box office to buy a ticket instead of buying it online. They would ask when they see a couple. They would ask, "Acha kone mein chahiye kya?" They ask it, shit, dude. They
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
They
know,
used to.
yaar.
Yeah, yeah.
Used
They
to.
know.
Everybody knows.
They used
yeah.
to. Yeah.
Come on.
Now you can just see. Yeah.
It's After park, I think movie theater are the places.
No, I actually think I prefer the movie theater than the
Yeah.
park, dude, because parks are open air.
Yeah,
Too
man.
much walking
too much
around.
nature.
There's good AC and all in the theater. You can like yeah,
And
if you're-
dark,
It's very dark, yeah.
dark.
exactly.
Plus, you can play around with the popcorn.
So that used to be. Oh man, I just remembered. I'm remembering all these dating moves that I would have, like all these tricks, guys.
Oh,
Where
nostalgia.
so we would
just
always
put
go
you-
to the theater, like not always, but well, like sometimes you go to a theater, right? And more often than not, theaters, at least in Bombay, are in malls. Okay.
Mhm.
And what do malls have? Especially if you have a car, good, humongous parkings, right?
Mm.
Huge.
So yeah, so if Sumit understand what I'm saying, what I'm getting to. After the movie ends,
I
you go to the
know where
park.
you're getting.
You go to the parking, and then you make out more in the car, dude. And it is the best. It works out. It is
Every
a
place is
foolproof
best
plan.
for Antariksh. Movie best,
mean-
parking lot best.
I mean, dude,
park
dude.
best.
Whenever I'm getting to make out, it's pretty much the best, man. Like it's a good time. No, yeah.
Yeah.
If dude, Chris Rock says that I love going on dates because any day that someone considers having sex with you is a good day. Yeah.
Good.
Karak
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah, exactly. At least they're considering it. If they're on a date with me, at least they've considered having sex
Yeah.
with me. Whether they want to or
Yeah.
not is a different thing. But-
Okay,
Feel
I have a question.
validated. Good.
I have a question over here. So are you guys have any memory of there was a time when I don't know if this happened with you guys or not, but there was a time where in your colony or your society they used to get a big projector and they used to project the movie outside.
oh, dude,
like,
yes, yeah, correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
outside your building or your colony.
Yeah, we used to have like a little hall in our building. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a common community ground, okay, near
wow.
to my place.
Okay.
So there used to be a big, huge curtain, and over that they used to project. And the movie which I have seen on that movie is Bobby Deol's Soldier.
Hey, wow. Soldier,
So
soldier.
I felt very nice that
Dude, that reminded me. I have so every year in Goa they have IFFI, which is the
Oh, I had
international.
been to IFFI.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
International Film Festival of India.
Yeah.
Okay, that's International Film Festival of India.
Festival
It's
of
just
India.
funny name to me. But anyway, so IFFI as part of IFFI, all the theaters in Goa take part in it. So they screen movies and all accordingly. But also some beaches are a part of IFFI.
Mhm.
Okay, so they screen
Ooh.
movies on beaches, dude. Like on huge screens that you can see from like the other end of the beach. Like at least halfway to the other end of the beach, you can see what is on the screen and all. Okay, and like with huge blasting speakers. I remember watching No Entry again in on the beach also, dude. Like at IFFI.
Were you crying?
My mother was, but no.
Was she
wasn't.
still there on beach?
No, she
with
wasn't
you?
there on the beach. She loved the movie though, but no, she didn't watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But,
haven't
yeah.
watched No Entry. I should go back and watch, I feel.
Yeah, please do. It's a. I mean, maybe it won't stand today.
I will tell you, did I cry
It
or
was very
not?
misogynist. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite a misogynistic movie.
Oh,
It's-
really? Okay.
Dude, it was fine for like 12 years back. Maybe not now, but who knows?
Maybe
You know,
not
some
now. Yeah.
things still.
But
hold up.
but watch it as a light comedy. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. All right,
Let me
so Scarlett Johansson recently, I don't know if you guys noticed, but she sued Disney for basically her deal with Disney was that Black Widow the movie would release in
Mhm.
theaters and not have a hybrid release. But then Disney went ahead with the hybrid release where they release it in theaters and on OTT platforms. And then she sued Disney saying okay, they went back on their deal with me on our
Mhm.
contract. And yeah, because I just won't, because what happens very often, if you're a big enough star, what you can do is you can take a cut in pay with the hope that when the movie earns more than some specified amount, I get more money for every extra buck the movie makes or whatever the deal is, right? So she was like, because of this, the movie is huge. They would have been like a mega seller for Marvel and Disney. But because they released it on OTT platforms, they have gone back on their deal with me, on their contract with me. And so I am basically suing them for like a bunch of $1 million or whatever.
That
So-
seems very fair.
That does seem fair,
Yeah.
right? To some extent.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes.
like I do understand why maybe Marvel or Disney had to do that. But dude, Marvel and Disney are the biggest whatever studios right
Yeah.
now on literally the planet, right? And they can hold off on a Black Widow release if they want to
Definitely,
for a
yeah.
few more months if they needed to. They have a lot of other stuff going on already. They have all these TV shows like Loki is coming out and Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming out. What If is going on right now. They have enough content कि ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर एक कुछ और महीने के लिए हमने रिलीज नहीं किया था then people will forget about our studio. There is nothing like that. So they could have stayed, but they chose not to. And yeah, this is what's happening now.
Okay, I have a question over here. Why do you think in foreign countries there used to be a parking movies time? Okay,
You mean drive-in movies? Drive-in
Yeah,
theaters.
drive-in
Drive-in.
movies.
I
Correct,
was
correct.
I was going to talk about them also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So why do you think India doesn't have that?
So
Or
I'll tell
does
you.
India have that?
So firstly,
I'm not
India has
sure.
less of them. India has had them historically.
Okay.
India has less of them because just basically of the heat, dude. If you think about it, it's raining or it's super hot in especially in Mumbai, a place like Mumbai. And so the point of these drive-in theaters is you just take your car and you just park it on like these allotted parking spaces, and you can then watch massive screen pay. You can watch a movie. Right? That's the hope.
Inside from your car.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
inside your car, from while sitting inside your car. But the thing is, you want to switch off your car. You don't want to just keep it running the entire time, right? For 2 hours, you want to keep your car running. You want to switch it off. But then if you switch it off, it becomes super hot and you start sweating and it's no fun. Or if you switch it off in the rain and then you have to open your window and then all the water comes in, which is again not fun. So there is, if I'm not wrong, there is one in BKC right now. There is a theater, or there was one at least a couple of years back. I don't know if it survived the pandemic or not. But there was one in BKC, and I had been meaning to go to it for quite a few months, but it just never materialized. But yeah, but there have been some. There was one very famous one in Ahmedabad for a lot of years, apparently, drive-in theater. It would have been that was one of my first thoughts when the theater shut down in India during the pandemic. I was like, dude, this would be a great time for drive-in theaters to come back.
Yeah.
But then the more I thought about it more, I was like, yeah, maybe it doesn't make sense for India,
Matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically. But again, dude, like drive-in theaters would be so great for dates because that goes my going
Both
from the
ways.
theater to the parking lot. I am in the parking lot. This is sorted. guys.
Both ways.
Yeah, exactly. This is
Both
sorted.
ways.
Theater,
Do
you're in the parking
everything.
lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus you can
Double
hide.
dhamaka.
Plus you can hide your snack inside your car, so that you don't have to buy anything. from
Yeah,
there.
Snack.
exactly. Yeah.
Good,
That's
good.
right.
All
Have you
sorted.
have you guys
Sorted.
sneaked in the snacks inside the theater by any?
Not really.
Snack.
I don't think so. Like you mean your own snacks, like Lay's or something?
Yeah,
like that?
like a chips
Chocolate.
packet outside the
Bar ka,
mall.
I don't remember if I have.
Same. I don't.
But
Okay, I
we
did
should.
that.
Like I would encourage people to do it more. Actually,
It's fun.
firstly
did
that,
that,
and also dude, like the theater snacks are rip-offs, man. Like from any
damn,
degree.
Damn,
Overpriced.
damn
Total
expensive.
rip-offs. Yeah. Like I don't even understand why they're that expensive, but it's just that theaters know they can get away with it, making it that expensive.
Yeah, you
Because
know people will come
if-
and eat.
Yeah, because if outside
Yeah.
snacks and all, what am I going to do? Watch the movie without eating something, without drinking something? If I'm hungry or thirsty. So yeah, they get away with it, but terribly priced. And maybe theaters deserved what came to them during this pandemic. is what I'm
Karma
saying.
is a boomerang.
Nicely done. Yes, exactly. What has been some of the greatest movie-going experiences you've had in theaters, if you remember? I know one off the top of my head, but please, Sumit, go ahead.
I love two movies actually when I saw it in a like a mall kind of thing. So there was one, Life of Pi. That
Mhm.
movie was amazing, like in 3D, and Deadpool. These two movies like are the best I've seen on theater. Like full paisa vasool.
Deadpool was great, man. I remember when a few years before Deadpool, like at least like 2 or 3 years before Deadpool, a leaked video had come out of this. What do you call it, man? Like this test screening of like a test footage of this scene from Deadpool, which Ryan Reynolds had shot in motion capture. This is the one where he jumps into the car from up top and jumps into the car and then fights those guys in the car and all that. The famous scene.
The first scene.
The first scene
I
of the
think.
movie, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when that video only was around, just the test footage for 3 years before the movie was even like ordered and all. What happened was with Deadpool is the studio did not want to make it. It was in production hell because they didn't think that an R-rated or an adult-rated comic book movie would do well. Like a dark comic book movie would do well. They They just did not understand how that could work. Okay. But Ryan Reynolds was like a mega Deadpool fan. And also his humor is kind of like that sly, kind of snide kind of remarks, kind of, like very dry kind of a humor that Ryan Reynolds has, which was perfect for the character of Deadpool. And Ryan Reynolds had played already the character of Deadpool on Wolverine Origins, the movie, the X-Men Origins Wolverine, the movie, which is a pathetic movie, like one of the worst Wolverine movies out there. There have been way better Wolverine movies after that. But that movie is famously touted as one of the worst comic book movies ever made, okay? X-Men Origins Wolverine. And Ryan Reynolds was in it playing Wade Wilson. That's before he became Deadpool. But again, a terrible version of the character. What a waste. So after that whole fiasco of X-Men Origins Wolverine, the studio was after that, they were like, oh, now it was never happening, bro. Your Deadpool though is never going to happen. So apparently what they say is that Ryan Reynolds himself leaked that test footage of the movie. It went super duper viral. Okay, people were like, oh man, this movie needs to be made right now. How is this not made already? Because it looked epic, dude, that test footage. And that's how the movie got made, is what they say. Isn't that just a fun
Good.
story?
That's a nice tactics.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, take it from Ryan Reynolds. Just by hook
Yeah.
or crook, get your movie made. So you said Deadpool was one of your great experiences. What other movie did you say?
Life of Pi.
Life of Pi. Nice.
Very visually satisfying movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
It's a
I
beautiful
really
movie.
loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
I think I had a great experience with KGF. Have you heard the movie name? KGF?
Yeah.
I've heard of
It
it.
is done.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It
who's
is
in it?
done in multiple languages. It's actually
Oh,
a
okay.
Kannada movie which has been
Dubbed.
dubbed in all the languages.
Okay.
Right? I really loved watching that movie because of the color correction is solid in that movie. The whole
It's
theme and the
amazing.
color of the movie is so solid. And the sound effect and the characterization and the cinematography is amazing.
Everything you just said sounds like something you say when you don't like the movie and the story of it. Like, the sound was so good, man. Or the color correction to oh my god.
So
was
story,
fantastic.
let me explain. I'm talking about the experience. I'm
Oh,
just
okay, cool.
experiencing the
So-
experience I had. I was like super excited to watch the movie because it has an amazing theme to it and everything. And the background music there, especially when I'm listening to the background score, I get goosebumps. That's sound quality, like crazy. It was a really good movie. And I really love watching horror movie in theater. I watched a couple of horror movies in theater and you know that the effect you get it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what
true.
the hell movement, yeah.
Yeah, true. I have watched very few horror movies in theaters, but whenever I have, it's been a great experience. Because I only go out for, if I'm watching a horror movie, I have to make sure beforehand that it's good, man. Because otherwise, a lot of horror movies are bad and it's just a buzzkill half the time. Yeah, so just go for it.
Hey, I have a question. Since we are talking about a horror movie, what if your partner is like super scared of horror movie and you have taken him or her to a horror movie? Would you make out there?
Would you make out there?
Yeah.
I mean, if they are super scared,
That's a golden chance.
yeah, they should just.
That's a golden chance.
No, I'll be like, hey, I'll be
Guilty
like, hey,
pleasure.
if you want to skip this movie and just get a hotel room or something, I don't mind that either.
Very nice. Very sly.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I do it. Hey, you want to just go to the car?
Parking lot, come
Parking lot?
let's go.
Yeah. Hey, that's it, dude. You don't go for the horror movie.
Yeah.
So one of my experiences, whenever I think of like a good theater going experience, I think of Dark Knight Rises. This is after the Dark Knight, after the Joker one. The hype for this movie was next level. It's been a few years, maybe you guys don't remember this. But Dark Knight came out, was a mega hit. Heath Ledger as the Joker was a mega hit, like super successful as that character, right? And so by the time the Dark Knight Rises was announced and was going to be released, the people were super excited. Okay, like I couldn't wait. I was searching for it every day. Like, what leaks and all have come out from the movie. I was searching for that, all that shit, every day, right? The movie releases first day. This is like at 9 a.m. in the morning, first show. Okay, we enter theater, and like us, there are only college students. Okay, college and some school going students, but only college students, all with their bags. All of them have bunked college that day. Okay, every single person is carrying a handbag, carrying like a bag. There are books inside. Every single person has bunked college to be able to come and watch that movie, dude. And I was like instantly I entered. I'm like, man, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be a great experience. And it was a good enough movie also. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And another one was, of course, we already talked about them at nauseum, but the two Avengers, Infinity and Endgame Wars.
Yeah.
Infinity Wars and Endgame. And yeah, both of them were pretty great. I also remember Inception was really good.
Inception. Crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we have talked a lot about theaters. Any movies that you guys are hoping to watch in theater soon that maybe might be coming up? I know for sure, I hope the theaters open before December, because on December 17th, Spider-Man No Way Home comes out. And the rumor mills are ripe right now with all the things, the crazy things that are going to be happening in that movie. So again, super excited for that. I just wish... See, that is a movie I want to watch in theaters because I know it'll be just bloody epic in theaters. So hopefully that.
What's the worst movie?
That I have watched in theaters?
हाँ.
I have watched Kyunki Main Jhoot Nahi Bolta. Is a Govinda movie.
Is
in
that a
theaters.
movie?
Yeah, it's a copy of Liar Liar, the movie Liar Liar. Liar Liar is an epic Jim Carrey movie, and Kyunki Main Jhoot Nahi Bolta is a terrible copy of it. And that's
I have seen two worst films. Okay, in theater. One is called it's Ajay Devgan's movie You Me or Hum. You Me or Hum.
Yeah, Akazul bhi hai. There is a Tujhe nahi pata main kya gaungi.
Worst movie.
That's that song is also copied from, that's an Elvis thing, music, Jailhouse Rock.
All possibility. I wasn't watching the movie, by the way.
Oh,
so
okay.
So and another one is
no, you're talking about You Me or Hum. I'm thinking of a different movie. I'm sorry. You Me or Hum is that ship mein, na? Yeah, she forgets and all memory.
Correct.
I've seen that in theater. It's very bad.
Yeah,
agreed.
that movie. And another one is Varun Dhawan's that Main Tera Hero. Okay.
Tera dhyan kidhar hai?
That's oh shit, dude, worst movie. What a worst, horrible experience.
Man, yeah. I've not seen a single Varun Dhawan movie. I don't think
On theater?
like anywhere. I've not seen a single Varun Dhawan movie. Yeah.
This Maitenu Samjao, which movie is that?
I've seen that one. Sorry.
You have
Yeah,
seen
that's the only one I've
that
seen.
too.
You're right.
Yeah.
Lie then.
Same, I guess. I have seen that.
Got you.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Liar,
See,
liar.
I knew. I read your mind.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, that brings us to the end of this half, guys. We should go on to our recommendation round. I think we've covered everything. I don't think everything that I noted down, we've covered basically everything. So let's get to the recommendation round right after this short break.
Don't you think that if everyone around you is getting smart, you better be smarter? Hey there, I'm the traveling professor Siddharth Deshmukh, and I'm back with season 2 of my podcast to make you smarter. Smarter with Sid. What's this season's focus about? Well, it's about 10-minute nuggets that will make you stand out at work. It's time to go from smart to smarter. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday and become smarter with Sid.
All right, welcome back to the recommendation round of this episode of IVM Likes. Sumit, what have you seen, buddy, that you would like to recommend?
Bro, I just finished watching Rick and Morty's season 5.
Oh, wow.
It's damn epic, and it is mostly in controversy because like movie buffs or the critics mostly, there are some inappropriate things that has happened in this 5th season, which people have felt, which people are ranting too much about it, and it's not appropriate, but I've really enjoyed it. I highly recommend people to watch that season 5 of Rick and Morty series. It's on Netflix, by the way.
Great, yeah. Dan Harmon, also the creator of Community. What a genius, the creator of Rick and Morty. Yep. Spoorthi, what about you? What would you recommend?
I'm going to recommend something that I watched last night. It's a Tamil anthology, basically about the love stories. Okay, so if you want me to give a Bollywood reference to it, feels like Ishq, right? I mean, that's a very modernized form, but Silu Karitapati has a very raw love in all different contexts and all forms. It is basically a story of like 4 different stories put in a single thread of love at different age and different context and different form altogether. I really like the first story, that is a pink bag. And also there's one story which is called as Hey Ammu, we usually talk about, hashtag couple goals, hashtag power couples, but this particular thing speaks about hashtag boring couples. It is really good. It's really funny. So yeah, if you want to sit and cry this weekend, please watch Silu Karupati.
Silu
I'm
Karupati.
kidding. You will not cry.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and I would like to recommend. Last week I recommended a show called Mythic Quest, which is on Apple TV. Another show on Apple TV that I've recently gotten into is a show called Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso. Okay. It's about a football club. Okay, who is basically down in the dumps. They've been having terrible seasons and they're just not in form. And it's an English football club, so in England, right? And they have just lost their season. Okay, and a new coach is hired.
Okay.
But he is not a Britisher. He is an American person. Okay. Who doesn't even know how to play soccer or football. Okay. Who don't even know how to play football. He doesn't know anything about the sport. But he has, before this, he has coached his high school boys baseball team. That's the only claim to fame that he has. He coached like a championship winning, but school baseball team. Okay. So he gets hired as a coach. This coach is played by Jason Sudeikis, very funny, very good actor. And so this is like a show about how he maneuvers through this entire like fish out of water scenario, and it's very heartfelt and makes you feel amazing, and it's very inspiring also, and quite funny. Great acting from almost everyone involved. So yeah, just check it out, Ted Lasso. And there are 2 seasons out right now. First season is great. Second season is okay. I'm hoping third season is better because that's how most shows, by the third season, they come into their groove properly, right? So hopefully third season will be a lot better. But yeah, I'm sure it's like a watch that you guys will all enjoy. So please check out Ted Lasso on Apple TV or through dubious means, however you want. So that's it from this episode of IVM Likes. Thank you so much, Spoorthi. Thank you so much, Sumit.
Bye-bye.
Yes, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to ask everyone for a quick favor. We're running a brand survey right now and would really appreciate it if you could let us know what you think about the advertising on IVM. Go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and do let us know. As part of this, we'll be selecting 10 random participants and sending them some IVM swag, so do fill out those surveys.
Namaste, this is Cyrus Brocha. I am part of the government cancel culture program to remove rubbish off all the different streams available. So what we have is all the collected rubbish we put together on our show. It's called Cyrus Says. It's on IVM Podcasts. You have to watch it and listen to it. It's on our app. It's on our website. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on Facebook. There are many different ways. Don't bother me and ask me how. You have to find out. We talk to different personalities. Many of them are known. Some are just people we meet downstairs and invite them up for chai. But the point is, it's fun and it's very therapeutic. So please join in and listen to Cyrus Says.